Hello, everyone, and welcome to Minimalist Gourmet. For today, I'll be teaching you how to turn these delicious fresh ingredients into the most amazing pineapple pico de gallo. This pineapple salsa is easy, fast, and amazingly versatile. Let's get started. First off, I have 3 Roma tomatoes I'll be cutting up. Remember that you can easily scale this recipe up by doubling, tripling, quadrupling it. Check out the description below. I've got a recipe with quantities, and you can always adjust the ratio of the ingredients to suit your specific needs. Make thin slices through the tomato, lay it down, cut matchsticks out. Finally, we're going to rotate our matchsticks 90 degrees like this and make a very fine dice. You want to have a nice fine dice in this recipe with all your ingredients so that way you get a little bit in every single bite. We need 1/4 of an onion. You can use any type of onion you'd like. My general rule of thumb is that if it's going to be uncooked like this salsa, I like to stick with a red onion. If I'm going to cook it, then I tend to use a white onion. But again, use your favorite type. Here's the root end, and we're going to make some thin slices directly down through the onion toward the root. We don't need to make any lateral cuts in it because the onion is made out of petals, so when we go to dice it, we'll have nice fine pieces. Once again, that root end is going to be covered by my hand, and we're going to turn it 90 degrees and make a nice fine dice. I'm going to cut the cap off my pepper here, and technically you could just dice this up and put it in as is. However, I'm going to run my knife down the center here so I can cut out the membrane and the seeds. This will make a better product in my opinion. I think it just eats a little nicer. And if you're using a spicy pepper, this will actually remove some of that heat. You don't have to do this, it's totally optional. Simply run your knife down the center and pull out that membrane and then scrape out the seeds just like this. Now we're going to cut these into a long strip, turn it 90 degrees and make a very fine dice. Jalapenos are the traditional pepper to use in this dish. They're just not available to me right now where I live. For our bunch of cilantro, when prepping this up, there is a rather large piece of stem right here, and for me that's a no-go. It's just kind of woody and I don't like eating it. I think the best part here are the leaves and the thin stems that connect them. We're going to pluck those off and then give everything a nice rough chop once through. I'm going to smash 2 cloves of garlic to remove the paper and then dice them very, very fine. We need the juice of 1 lime, which I like to roll on the table because I think it's easier to juice this way. Cut it in half, and if you don't have a juicer, you can squeeze this directly into the salsa with your hands. Just make sure to catch any seeds that might fall in. We are going to add all of our ingredients to a bowl, then pour on our freshly squeezed lime juice. For seasoning, I'm going to add a nice generous amount of salt as well as some ground cumin. Finally, we need to add our last ingredient, the pineapple. We're going to begin by cutting off the top of the pineapple, flipping it around and taking just a little bit off the bottom. That way it stands up straight on its own. To remove the peel, simply saw back and forth while pushing down and following the contour of the pineapple. You're going to remove this piece, turn it slightly, and continue working your way around until you've removed the entire peel from the outside. We only need a little bit of pineapple for our recipe, so I'm going to cut off a couple of slices from the bottom here and save the rest of this for later. Just wrap it up and you can eat it with breakfast. You can see the core of the pineapple here, which runs through the center, and we don't want to eat that. It's quite woody and fibrous and really isn't going to be that good in our salsa. What I'm going to do is cut the piece of pineapple just to the right of the core, rotate it 90 degrees, make another cut, rotate it, and cut until we remove the core completely, and we can discard this last little piece here because that's no good. Now you're left with delicious, edible pineapple meat, which we're going to dice into nice fine pieces to fit into our salsa. This really is going to kick that flavor profile of this pico up to 11 with this sweet little addition. Trust me, it's a great balance of sweet, salty, and spicy. Add your chopped up pineapple directly into your bowl of salsa along with any juice that might be on the cutting board. Give everything a thorough mix so it's well blended. Now, technically, the salsa is ready to consume right now, but if you can let it sit in the fridge for about an hour or two, all those flavors are going to meld and it's going to taste even better. Not only is this salsa fantastic with some corn chips, but it goes great on top of chicken breast, grilled fish, a pork chop, or my personal favorite, on top of a couple of scrambled eggs. And that's it, guys. It really is just that simple to make this fantastic pineapple salsa at home tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time today, and I hope to see you all here again next week on the next episode of Minimalist Gourmet.